Yup, you guessed it, we're at Phoenix Fan Fusion. You're watching Fix It. It's the channel about people's passions. My name is John, and I'm an artist. And I like to interview artists. And what better place to interview artists than a comic book festival? Today, I'm going to be doing a vlog with one of my oldest friends, Sydney, and her film crew club. So we'll get to meet them, and then we'll start our journey into one of the coolest places on Earth, I like to think. And we'll get to see a lot of crazy characters on the way.
Where's my Super Sue?
Shadow Flower Studios. We're here at Phoenix Fan Fusion 2025.
And what do you guys plan on seeing here?
So we just got in. We're probably gonna head to the Royal Rumble pretty soon, and then hit some filmmaking panels.
All right, let's go. Everybody's name: Sydney, Kay.
Okay.
Who else is here?
Landon, Damien.
Landon, Damien, Andy.
Awesome, guys. We're gonna have a fun time here, so we're all gonna make a cool video vlog. These are all film guys and film gal. We're gonna have a great time, guys. After we made our way in, we grabbed some pamphlets so we could figure out where everything was. Sydney's film friends, who already had a itinerary set up to where they could watch a couple of film panels and learn the how-tos about filming. And we're currently making our way over to Character Grudge Match with tons of characters from comic books and video games. That's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. If that's not your thing, skip ahead to 2 minutes and 52 seconds. So this whole Royal Rumble show was a pretty cool time. Deadpool was the victor. After that, we decided we would check out the Legos. But before we made it there, we ran into these cool people wearing these Fantastic Four uniforms. And I must admit that I am a Lego fanatic, and this place was a dream to see all these cool Lego fixtures and see these people that are professional Lego putter togethers. That is a real job. That might not be the exact title, but I absolutely love this part of it. Yeah.
Lower level.
So
Here, I'm just gonna take a picture of this.
Yeah. We're gonna start out in the exhibit hall. This place is kind of crazy. It's Friday morning.
Yeah.
So most people I would assume are at work.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna.
Tomorrow and Sunday are gonna be.
Right? Saturday's probably gonna be even crazier.
I'm gonna get here really early tomorrow.
We made our way down to the exhibit hall so I could start the interviews. So if you're here for the interviews, here they come.
Okay, I'm Heather Edwards, and I'm an artist that does primarily traditional works in oils.
And how'd you get started?
As I shared before, I was bored. That's how I started. I think if I were to describe that my poor mother had to endure me coming out with a pencil in my hand, that would be not too far from a stretch of the truth. Other than that, didn't happen. But yeah, at the minute I picked up a pencil, I knew I wanted to be an artist.
So were you self-taught, or did you go through schooling?
I had the standard classes all the way through high school. I wasn't a part of like a special group or anything like that. Just always had very supportive parents and supportive teachers, the ones that I did have. I wanted to do college, but it didn't really happen for me. That wasn't my path. So the vast majority of my learning has been from self-taught
That's
experience.
incredible. Absolutely outstanding.
you.
Is there a place where we can find your work?
Absolutely. So if you go to thedoganddragon.com, you can find my work online, both social media at @thedoganddragon_IG on Instagram, or on Facebook, or on our website. And everything you can see there with the descriptions of the artwork, a little bit of a background, and of course everything that I've created over the years. So, yeah.
You are beyond spectacular.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very awesome of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're welcome.
For sure.
So I'm Frederick Riddles, the owner and creator of Wise Acre Comics. And so my flagship title is Magnus Yakuda. And so this journey started off in 2020, but the realization of how it came to life and everything is through grief. My mom passed away from cancer, and so the story came to me one night. I wrote the first 3 issues of Magnus, and then from there I created Wise Acre Comics as a publishing studio, but also to allow me the opportunity to write and create comic books in my own way. And so what you see today is you get the first 5 issues and everything of Magnus here. It's a superhero journey of a young man from Chicago who lives in a single parent household. He only knows of his mother, and then through this journey he will also meet his father for the first time, as well as his sister. And so this is a cosmic, hero-based story. If you love Black Panther, if you love Invincible, you would definitely love Magnus. And so I've been going to this since 2020. This is my first time actually tabling here at Beans Fan and Fusion, so I'm very excited. I'm trying to stay focused on trying to, tell this story, but also integrate the crowd and everything too at the same time. So it's a pleasure talking to you today. Any questions for me?
Oh, I think you answered all the questions. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
About how I started drawing, or how I got into drawing. So it's a pretty simple story. My mom wanted to be an animator, and I used to watch her draw when I was growing up. So when I was about 5 years old, my mom was we had Star Trek on the television. It was a black and white television, but she was watercolor painting Spock, like in color, while we were watching Star Trek on television. And I used to see my mom do this kind of stuff all the time. I was absolutely amazed. And I was just like, wow, this is so cool. It's like, can I do that like you? And she's like, yes. And so she sat me down with some notebook paper and some crayons. The next show that came on after that was this show called Rat Patrol. It's about like World War II Jeeps or something or whatever. Anyhow, that was the first thing I ever drew. I drew these crazy little crude stick figures in the back of these horribly drawn Jeeps. But that's what inspired me to draw, was watching my mom draw. And since that time, for the last 30 years, I've been a professional illustrator and graphic designer. Worked on a lot of things that some people have heard of, such as Batman, Superman, Legion of Superheroes, Grifter, and Mr. Terrific is going to be in the Superman movie. But I'm also a self-published comic creator and artist as well. And the book that we're promoting at the show this weekend is called Sailor Moon Knight. And this is one of the splash pages from the book.
Hi, my name is Pez. I'm an illustrator. I do comic books, character designs, toy designs, all of that good stuff. Currently, I do like to draw my own comic book characters. I created this comic book called Robin Hood of Archaea, and it's a retelling of Robin Hood in a fantasy setting. And so my favorite character to draw from that right now is Robin Hood himself, which is the main character. I've been in the industry since I was about 17, just doing freelance stuff. My first coloring gig, I was 16, and I did a comic book. It never saw the light of day because it was an indie publication. So, but I did finish it, and it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. Still, you know, did the work, and then I've been doing just freelance coloring. You can see more of my published work on that side. This is some of my published work there. I was one of the character designers for He-Man Masters of the Universe on Netflix, alongside with Jeff Matsuda, who was the art director for that project. And I just did some of basically the look of the characters was based on what he and I were doing for that project. So that was really cool. And yeah, now I'm just really focusing on my own comic.
That's so dope. I like the Robin Hood. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a retelling with like elves, orcs, magic, and kung fu.
That's awesome.
And it's a fantasy action comedy. And you're welcome to flip through it and even show that on your stuff, man. Yeah.
I used it for bikers.
Yeah, but I've been, professionally speaking, I've been doing like, mostly it's as a colorist, but I'm trying to just do the illustration because like what you're seeing here is my entire art. Like I drew it and painted it, but a lot of people just want me to do the colors. And so that's what you see on that side. Like those covers are all just my colors.
You're phenomenal at both.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you prefer doing your work on a stylus or like on paper?
You know, it's funny. Not to make it a cheap answer, but both.
Yeah.
and the reason for it is line art. I really enjoy doing it traditionally. You can see the pencils on all the pieces over there on that side. But the colors I do like to do digitally. Just it's so much faster. Like I don't have to wait to dry. You know, there's a lot more control, so it makes it just a lot faster when it comes to digital work. And then the funny part was this book and this one, well, the 9 pages I did here, they were all done digitally, and I actually did not like it. Like it was the problem with digital is you can zoom in too much, and so like then you're kind of stuck on like, yeah, you're focused on things that don't matter.
I get it.
So ultimately, like on this one, there's 2 pages that I did traditionally, and then on this one there was nothing. It was all digital. The cover is traditional. You can see the lines here. So that was like, I do a lot of like my initial setup digitally, and then I print out and then red line like on a light box to do like the tighten up pencils and all that. So, but yeah, so that's the answer to which medium I prefer. I like a little mix of both, but I do enjoy just even like markers and stuff like that.
I can tell.
Thank you.
My name's Jeff. I'm a comic maker and writer. I'm going to tell you about a few little things I make. This is my lizard alien dad, about a lonely lizard alien who reluctantly adopts an annoying little girl, and together they fight an evil corporation and form a family. And it's inspired by me becoming a dad and getting my act together, I guess, you know. This is Dog Years. It's exploration of mass incarceration through anthropomorphic dogs, inspired by Mouse. By Art Spiegelman, but also by my work. I lead comic making workshops for the incarcerated, and this is actually a comic that was made by a bunch of incarcerated artists, so that kind of inspired that. And then this is my short story Drift, which is featured in this book, and it's that was inspired by my dog. When he died, I wrote this story. So thank you so much. And now for Damon.
Hi, thank you for that, Jeff. I'm Damon Begay, and I am let's say a zinester. So I don't know if anyone knows what a zine is, but it's kind of like a magazine, but you take away the MAG and then you get a zine. So a zine is kind of a self-published whatever, so it could be a lot of different things. I have, this is a jam comic I do with my wife. So it's about a cowboy and a cow, and they get abducted by aliens and they go on like weird adventures. And then, so my wife is also an artist, and she does this comic called Chronic Rage, and it's about her struggle with chronic illness. And I have a bunch of anthology books. basically I can't help but draw. So I just write random stories and draw random things and put them together in books until I have like a 20 to 24 page book, and then I print it myself. And I've been doing this since I was 16, so I'm 33 now, so it's been about like 17 years, about half my life. And I really enjoy it, and I won't ever stop. You know, I'm not famous, and I'm not really trying to get there, but it's just a habitual thing I have to do to get it out, or else I'll feel sick. Yeah, thank you.
Of course, thank you guys.
My name is Jamal. I'm a comic book artist and writer from New York City.
And how'd you get started?
I got started very early. My first job in the industry, I was an intern at DC Comics. So I was still in high school at the time, my senior year of high school, 17 years old. I was right in the belly of the beast. I worked on Supergirl for 2 years. I worked on Nightwing, Firestorm, Superman, Action Comics. I'm the co-creator of Dudley Datsun and the Forever Machine with Scott Snyder, the co-creator of The Wrong Earth with Tom Payer. I'm the lead artist on Black with Kwanzaa Sajifo and Tim Smith. Got projects at practically every publisher that you could imagine. I've worked for Marvel, DC Image, Dynamite, everybody.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
No problem.
My name is Jacob Bear. I'm a professional comic artist. Been in the industry for about 20 years. Done work for Marvel, DC, Image, Dynamite, Zenescope, Lionsgate, you name it. Worked with creators like Rob Liefeld and Rob Michaels. I've drawn ever since I can remember. And I'd worked professionally for a while, and I decided I want to do my own stuff and just decided to create and publish my own books.
Thanks, brother.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Jeremy Clark here at Phoenix Fan Fusion. I am showcasing a bunch of my ink work in the comic book industry. For those of you that don't know what that is, I'm an inker, so I get to do a bunch of final rendered ink line work that you see on the books prior to it going to color and then to print. And so we work in creative art teams, and I'm just tickled to be a part of that creative process for hopefully content that you guys enjoy and can connect with long term. If you want to see some of it, see me here. I'd be happy to sign a bunch of books, and hopefully you guys out there enjoy all the work, because that's what it's all about.
This is Lawrence Reynolds. I am an illustrator artist in Dallas, Texas. So I guess I'm supposed to talk about what got me started drawing. Well, my dad's an artist, so I inherited that ability from him. He's a great artist. He does really cool murals, and I used to paint the walls of my bedroom when I was a kid. So from the time I was a small child, I was surrounded by art. So that's sort of my happy place. So I started my career as an art director for advertising, so I was drawing storyboards and creating ads. And then I got hired to do a set of trading cards, which kind of really gave me the bug for conventions. So for about 15 years, I've been doing local conventions and traveling for shows, just sharing my art with people, and it's really gratifying to see people get so much enjoyment out of something that, you sat at home alone doing for hours on end. So these are great events for people like me who, spend a lot of time at home drawing by myself. And you get to share it with people, and people come by and they really appreciate the work. And it's sort of recharges my batteries. So that's why I'm here. And of course, it'd be great if people bought stuff. So so far it's great. This is a great show. I've never been here before. So Phoenix seems like a great town for art. So I'm looking forward to meeting some new fans this weekend. Yeah, my Instagram is L Reynolds Art. L, the initial L, ReynoldsArt. And that's Instagram and Facebook. So you can see what I'm up to there.
this is The Adventures of Sunset and Meteor. This is the comic book that just released in time for this show. And it's about two robots, Sunset and Meteor, that are best friends. And they crash land in Arizona in 1925. They end up joining a traveling carnival, and they make a lot of new friends along the way. And this is the story, the full story of their first adventure. And finally, there is also a website where you will be able to keep up with the adventures of Sunset and Meteor, purchase the book and the products as well. There's lots of fun items that go along to enhance the story and add a little extra fun to Sunset and Meteor's adventures.
Guys, I'm here with DJ Dimension. He's going to tell us about what he does.
What's up, man? What's up, John? Do I say John?
Yeah, sure, man.
What's up, John? I'm DJ Dimension, also Joseph Mercado from NDM Digital, and I'm part of my comic book series, NDM Comics, which you can check out at ndmdigital.com. We also do DJ workshops for youth here in Phoenix, Arizona, and today here at Phoenix Fan Fusion 2025, I'll be part of two panel showcases. One is the Indie Comic Book Maker Showcase for 2025, and then on Sunday it'll be on creativity and mental health panel. It's amazing to be doing that here. So
dude, it's
thank
awesome
you.
that you're helping the youth and teaching them about music and teaching them about just cool being creative and staying healthy.
Staying healthy, yep. Using music as a mind tool to bring positivity in your life, bring awesome experiences to your life, and just to bring the joy of music into kids' life all over the valley here in Phoenix.
I love that, brother.
All right.
Keep it up, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. So, all in all, Phoenix Fan Fusion is a blast. It's a good time. If you're into comics and you're into anything gaming, cosplay, Phoenix Fan Fusion is the place to be.